Here, you can have that
There
one.
it actually started. Okay.
Yeah, that's popcorn.
Now, where's this popcorn from?
Guy Templeton. Hot sugar pop.
Hot sugar pop.
Hot sugar pop.
Hot sugar pop. Multiple flavors, right?
Yeah, there's 3 in every one of these things.
Oh my god.
And it looks like still. This has got to be the white cheddar.
I like kettle corn, and I feel like I smell kettle corn.
I don't like
Or
kettle
caramel.
corn.
You don't like kettle corn? Really?
Oh yeah.
God, are you gonna share it?
You want that?
I'm seriously like,
Wait.
hello, can I have some? Is this the white cheddar?
That's the white cheddar. That's good eating.
Oh wait,
Did he just give you a piece of popcorn?
Yeah,
Like
he
you didn't get
did.
to choose your
One piece.
own?
One piece.
give me that. I want that. No, that thing on top. It looks like a little popcorn pop.
Oh yeah, you can fill her up.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Because I also brought some. Do you have one in the box you just opened, Chris, man?
Oh no.
Oh, that's
Sure
white
it
cheddar.
wasn't on the top?
No, I didn't have a thing.
Look how cute this is. This is super cute.
That's cool.
All right, so what is
So
this spicy?
this is I don't know. I haven't, oh, huh.
So we're eating
Ooh, that's
popcorn
like,
from,
Yeah.
what's the place called?
Hot sugar pop.
Hot Sugar Pop, which they do gourmet popcorn, right?
Yeah. And that's
And
good.
we have 6 flavors, maybe?
I like this one.
Yeah, because this is 3 different cheese flavors of some sort.
Chris is legit just reaching in each. Do you really enjoy popcorn?
Actually, I'll be honest with you. No, I don't like popcorn generally speaking.
Then what are you doing?
Because it gets all up in your teeth and you have to. This
Yeah.
is legit good. Like it's like okay. So here's the thing about popcorn that pisses me off most.
Let's get right
Let's
into
get
it.
right to it. So
You don't
popcorn-
seem like you're upset with popcorn right
No,
now.
no,
I gotta
I'm
be
not
honest.
upset with this at all. This is actually delicious. But typically when you eat popcorn, like it's like three kernels are covered in like juicy, buttery, salty goodness.
Okay.
And then the rest of it is sort of just bland,
I just
plain
got cheese
popcorn.
on the Tesla.
Don't put cheese on my ceiling.
Sorry.
But no, this is like covered in flavor, so I love it.
This tastes like, this is almost like Doritos or like cheese puffs.
So this I like a lot.
This popcorn is actually really good.
Is it weird for you that we're all eating, like putting our hands in something?
I'm watching where you're putting your
Right?
hands.
I was thinking about that.
Because look.
And I'm like just reaching
No,
into the
I'm
whole
not.
thing and getting my
No,
germs
I'm
everywhere.
watching where your hands are going. I'm strategically
I'm gonna
grabbing
do
pieces
this
that you're not
one
touching.
right there.
Do you want, how about you? Do you want a bowl? I have 3 bowls. Do you want?
No, we're good. I'm watching.
He's keeping an eye on me
Wait a
because
minute.
he knows I'm the asshole.
One of these is spicier than the other. Is it that
Probably
one?
this one. So, Chris,
Does it say the flavors anywhere?
I didn't.
Oh my god, that's like Buffalo Wild Wings.
that is really good.
Ooh!
It's spicy. It is not that spicy. You don't like spicy foods?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm a wimp.
Chris is handfulling. Like, we're supposed to be tasting and sampling
Yeah.
these. Chris is handfulling these.
So this is like the salty cheesy. What's that?
That's
Okay,
caramel.
you're calling him. Here's what's interesting. He's calling you out because you're doing this. He's protecting that.
I'm holding it so it doesn't fall.
You're protecting it so no one eats it. That's what's going on right
Ooh,
there.
that's good.
That buffalo, whatever that flavor is
I
really
like
good.
this one, which I think is, this is like white American maybe, and that's like cheddar maybe. This
Like
is my favorite.
in like 1995,
Wow.
there was bags of white cheddar popcorn that were all the rage.
yeah.
Wait, why do you know
Smart
this?
Pop.
Probably.
The black. It's in a black bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Oh, yeah,
that's-
actually, yeah. The black bag with the yellow writing.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's like
Okay.
looking at me like, how do I know this?
Okay.
In 1995, that was all the rage.
It was, and people thought it was really good for you. And it's like, actually, it's not. I mean, it's popcorn's.
I can't lie. This is like, this has the most stuff on I've ever seen on popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cheese or the whatever this is, the flavoring.
Can I have some of that, or what are you doing?
Yeah, you can have it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's gonna let you have one.
Oh, did you want the container?
I feel like I'm like, give me the pop. All right. So, all right. What? This is like just a good old school butter popcorn, maybe.
I honestly haven't even deciphered what these flavors
That's
are.
like a regular popcorn.
Yeah. See that side does nothing for me.
It cracks me up that you're.
Why are you eating this so fast? It's not going anywhere, and we have 2 entire containers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be plenty. So we're gonna eat this, and then we're gonna switch to 1,000-year-old eggs.
Exactly. Like we've
Ooh.
primed the pump here with some salty sweet.
I love caramel popcorn.
Me too.
Now, if there were nuts in it,
Gross.
that'd be better. It's like Cracker Jacks,
I mean,
Cracker Jacks are really good.
but there's never enough nuts.
there shouldn't be any nuts
And
in
the
it.
nuts are always in the bottom.
They shouldn't be in there.
They are.
I
They
bet-
should be. That's the whole thing.
You know, Stacy in our office, her son was talking about Cracker Jacks. He'd never had Cracker Jacks before.
Really? Well,
So
are
I
they
went
a
to
thing
Publix.
anymore, though?
Oh God, yeah. I went to Publix and got some
Really?
Cracker Jacks and he ate them. Oh
Actually.
yeah. And their prizes stink.
That was going to ask you.
Right,
They still have
always
prizes in them.
stunk. didn't
Yeah, they used to have tattoos in them, and now it's like stupid games that are like even my like a little kid's like, eh. All
Yeah.
right, now I want to try that other one.
This orange one?
What is that one?
I don't know, but I really like this buffalo flavor.
Because you guys have called me out for like housing it. I'm like slowing down.
I mean,
Well,
like seriously,
you were killing
like,
it.
There's,
You were
they've each
killing
gone down like this much.
And you have cheese on your shirt. You're ridiculous.
It's fine.
I like
Everything's
this one's
fine.
my favorite.
I'm
And
going with the spicy one.
And
I
the
like the spicy
caramel.
one.
Guy, this popcorn is really good.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
So what is it called? Pop sugar what?
Hot sugar pop.
Hot sugar.
Is it
pop.
a physical location?
I don't know that they have.
Do they have a website?
They do a lot of festivals.
Okay.
So I'm talking my mouthful.
Yeah, really, you are because you're
Because you stuffed your
Yeah,
mouth with popcorn. Which is, you should not be in that position where you have a mouthful of popcorn.
right.
They do a lot of festivals and stuff. I've seen them going like to like the downtown festivals and stuff.
I really
Okay.
like this one. Whatever this one is.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Because it's like super cheesy.
A lot like me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the flavor on these, it's like, he might have done these extra for us. There's a lot of flavor.
There's a lot of flavor. I really want to know.
It's really good.
Because those are like old school.
These are
That's like
traditional.
traditional.
Yep.
This
That's
is
the
extra.
that's the Happy Holidays box right there.
Yeah, traditional.
And then this is the
gourmet.
the gourmet cheesy.
So maybe
box.
this is the gourmet.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
so that's
legit
what it is.
gourmet cheesy box.
So there's not a
It's
name.
really good.
Just
It's
called-
right here. Hot sugar pop right here on the side of this one.
No, but like the flavors.
Oh yeah,
But I
no,
guess
we don't
we
have a
figured
flavor.
it out.
We don't have a flavor.
Can I have more of the
Label.
caramel? Because the caramel's delicious.
Sure.
Look, I'm gonna pull a Chris Mann. Look at Corey. Corey's having
There's
a
going to
nervous
be
breakdown right now.
popcorn all over the Tesla. I'm watching you.
Corey's only gonna eat from the outer.
Right here.
Right there.
Right here.
That's it.
I definitely had the spot ironed out where I was going to be digging.
And then as I was about to reach in, I was like, I'm not going to reach over there because that's the only spot he has left.
Yeah, right
You
there.
should though, because Corey needs to. I mean, if we're gonna be trying foods all the time, Corey, you've got to kind of.
Get over your
I mean, we're clean.
irrational fears.
I disagree. I don't have to.
No, you don't have to, but
Mhm.
it might be a way you want to stretch and grow in 2019.
No, I'm done growing. I think I'm done.
He's grown all
I'm a grown man.
And this is how people grow up to be belligerent old men.
Like I'm
They're
not
like,
gonna
you know what?
kill
I have
him.
decided I've done all I'm gonna do. The world is just gonna have to conform around me.
It's fine. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Our hands are clean, as far as you
I'm
know.
not making any promises.
I mean,
This is really good popcorn though.
I love it.
Thanks, guy.
Yeah. Thanks, Guy Templeton.
All right, let's see. I want to try these together.
I don't know how Guy Templeton ended up for me being one of those names that I always say first and last.
First and last.
It's like you, Chris Mann.
Chris Mann. Well, see,
Good
Chris
call.
Mann I get. Chris Mann, Jen Cole, like the one
Yes.
syllable first and last.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one syllable first and last, like you always end up being both. Chris
Right.
Mann, Jen Cole, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Guy, for whatever reason, Guy has always been Guy Templeton. Like it all
It's a really
flows.
cool name.
Yeah. Which also was my grandfather's name was Guy.
I knew that.
Which is only funny because I was in my 30s before I realized how funny it was that my grandfather was Guy Man. Like, I never thought a thing of it until I was out with a friend and I was talking about my grandfather. I said his name was Guy, and they were like, your grandfather was Guy Man? I was like, yeah, you definitely didn't know him. And they were like, no, think that through.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Was his middle name Izza? Do you think it brings up an interesting thing? Whenever I hear people's names,
Mhm.
I'm like, I wonder if their parents. Like when I was naming my kids, I thought about how's it going to sound, how's it going to look on a resume, like
Right,
all
yep.
of that stuff.
Right.
Like, but then there's some people who have names where you're like, their parents must have had a great sense of humor. Like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like Jenny, right? My daughter Jenny. And someone said to me, Jenny, did you know that when
Yeah,
you
think about
named her? I'm like, really? Yeah, of course I thought of that when I named her. Because I like it, Jenny.
Yeah.
But she'll probably a lot of people call her Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny.
Because it flows.
It
First
flows
and last.
really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris Mann,
Chris Mann. Jenny.
Guy Templeton. Templeman.
Templeton.
All right.
It does flow.
I like it. When are we going to try those 1,000-year eggs?
Hey, man.
I'm not excited about those
I am
eggs
scared.
at all.
Well, I'm more scared now that I watched the videos last night about.
So I tried not to. I only watched one video, and I tried not to read too much about it. A, because I didn't want to come into it with some sort of idea of what it was going to be. But B, I didn't want to scare myself.
So you didn't watch?
I watched one dude, some British guy, eating one of these. And
So what? See, the reason it scared me was when Corey and I were talking about it before we started. Folks who eat these like culturally, you know, like it's part of their culture. they don't eat these solo.
They eat it with something.
They eat it like
Porridge.
in a porridgey kind of thing,
okay.
or with pickled ginger.
Yep.
The way that I
And
saw
we have
this,
nothing.
right, the way that I saw this described was that
The
it's
popcorn.
I'm
it's
definitely
like
watching that
eggs
popcorn.
up to 11. Like it's like egg just.
Well, don't
like
smell them. They
cranked
said
up.
you're not supposed to smell them.
Well, they're like sealed, like you can't.
See,
they're
that's-
Also,
like
I just want you
sealed.
guys to
That's
know
scary.
that I bought like I when I went to the Grand Asian Market, and I love the Grand Asian Market.
Did you ask them for them?
No,
You just found them on your own?
I found them. I bought the most expensive ones.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Because it seemed
Thank
like
you.
a bad idea to buy the Bobo brand.
Yeah, you don't want to go.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And Corey and I were talking about how, you know, because I'm like all into marketing and branding and stuff like that. And I know these have been called 1,000-year eggs for a long time, probably 1,000 years.
Probably
or so.
1,000 years.
Um,
So do you think when they first started, they were like 1 year old eggs? Like, did they grow as?
But I just
as
wonder
the
from a
years went on?
marketing standpoint, were they like, yeah, 1,000-year eggs? That sounds really.
So they're not even called 1,000-year eggs
Oh,
in the
they
store.
smell.
In the store, they're just called preserved eggs, preserved duck eggs.
I've also heard grand eggs.
Are we
And-
sure we have the right
and-
thing, though?
Yes.
No, yeah, these are.
I don't want to crack this open and there's a bird in there.
Smell it.
I don't want to smell it.
Smell it. No, you have to smell
Wait,
it.
is the shell on or is it
No,
out of the
shell's
shell?
on.
It doesn't smell like anything.
Let me smell it. It doesn't really smell like anything.
Okay, well, maybe at first
That, you
smell.
cracked the seal on
Oh.
that bad boy?
I'm scared.
Can I feel like I want to take the shell off outside of the car, just in case it really smells. But it's
At least roll down the windows.
like, can I throw the shell outside the window?
I mean, sure.
That's littering, ma'am.
But we're somewhere where you. I mean,
I can go get a broom and sweep it up later.
all right.
Is that how you're supposed to do it?
Yeah, that's what she said in the video. You just cry. Oh,
I'm actually nervous.
the color of it is just off-putting.
God, that is. Yeah.
It's
All right,
off-putting.
so I think I could put the shell in here. I'll
There you
just
go.
use that as a garbage can. Okay.
This is really bad. Can we jump right into bird backs?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Well,
Well, it's
While we're-
appropriate because we're
yeah.
talking about eggs, so it makes sense. All right,
that's a
bird
great
box. Let's
transition.
talk
Oh
about
wow,
this.
it is gooey black.
that is disgusting.
Well, gelatinous is it looks like gelatin allegedly.
Yeah.
So it's
She's getting some cheese crispies on there.
I see that.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, it'll add flavor
All
potentially.
right, let's talk about bird box while I'm peeling.
All
this.
right. Everyone's watched it, right?
Yes.
See, I watched it.
Did you like it?
I left spoiler alert to anybody.
Spoiler
Listening
alert.
to this.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Watching
I think everyone's seen it at this point.
I left disappointed. Like it was to me as if the writers got to the end and they were like, you know what? I'm kind of bored with this.
I got something
Yeah.
else. I got another
we got
gig.
Sandy Bullock signed
I have
up.
dinner tonight.
So let's just go ahead and end it here. Like there needed to be more.
Yeah.
Like
it
that-
seemed
that
like a
ending-
long time leading up to something that ended really quickly.
Yeah,
Well, even
Right?
throughout
Very
the
rough.
movie, it seemed like they just jumped. Like there was it didn't link together
Yeah.
very well at all.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Sandy and they had John Malkovich. I mean, they were like.
I mean, John Malkovich, like, you've got like one of like the
They had some
most
powerful,
amazing actors
Yeah.
in the world, right?
Yeah.
It seems like a waste. So I don't ever.
wow.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
That's how it looked in the
It's
video.
got
so.
like a weird translucent sort of quality to it.
that looks disgusting.
Again, this is visually off-putting.
like yeah, you could see the
Yeah,
like you could see through it.
you can definitely see through it. Ugh.
Can you see the yolk?
No, the yolk is there. Well, that's the yolk, the black.
Oh,
thing.
oh. So here's the thing about my thing with like, do you like hard-boiled eggs?
I love
Yeah.
hard-boiled eggs.
Okay. I won't like go get them, but yeah.
Oh, I will
The
get them.
I'll eat 'em.
texture of hard-boiled eggs is what I cannot handle. Like the yolk, the hard-boiled egg
So
yolk.
even it
Really?
was with the pickled eggs. It wasn't that it was any hard-boiled eggs texture you're not down for.
Right,
Okay.
right. This is the texture.
Okay.
But this is apparently the texture is different.
It looks like it's Jello.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna cut it up.
So that is a feature of downtown that you don't have. Oh, that is.
That looks
awful.
exactly like it does in the video, and that is so disgusting.
Let's show it in the video.
Ah.
That is disgusting.
Oh.
Ugh.
Are we just all gonna split this one? That's
I
probably a
feel
safe
like- yeah,
idea.
I don't
Yeah.
want- I don't even
I'm
know
not
if-
gonna need much at all. I'll just try it, and that's fine. That's a large piece.
But-
Oh god, that looks disgusting.
I feel like
It
we
is-
have to each get a piece of the yolk and a piece of the.
No, we do.
Yeah.
Okay, now
This
look.
is
All right. Look at that.
this
Oh,
is.
it's a
I'm
nice
trying to like
dish and
really step up
everything.
my
I
picnicking
got a little
game.
a little ramekin. Like if we were gonna have some single serve.
Here. Oh god, there's like
Oh,
gelatinous
my
stuff
God.
on the side. Sorry, dude. All right, here's a napkin if you want to lay
Yeah.
it out and do whatever you want to do with that. Smell it now. Come on.
Ooh,
I'm
it is.
scared to smell it.
It is pungent. It is pungent.
So-
Oh my god, that smells terrible. It's really disgusting.
I'll be honest, guys. I'm a little nervous. Also, the egg white is very like it's like.
Oh
it's
my
made of
god,
Jell-O.
the smell.
That's how it looked in the video that I
Yeah,
saw. So that's how
it's-
it's supposed to be.
The smell almost makes me vomit. Like
I can probably
that.
take my seatbelt off since we're not
Yeah, so
moving,
you
right?
can run out and
Yeah.
throw
I
up.
need as much wiggle room as possible.
So I'm not really sure, but the guy across the street seems to think that we're doing something illegal.
I know, right?
Potentially.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned. There's someone walking towards us filming.
Yeah, he's been back and forth. Anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna go and eat our eggs.
And I think that's a she, though.
I think it is too.
Oh,
Yes.
well, we're gonna have to edit this part out.
And maybe, she wasn't, when she came by and was speaking, I didn't,
It was
she
a different
wasn't
language.
speaking
It
English.
was not
Which
English.
is whatever, right? But,
Yes.
or maybe she just really, oh God, I am so scared.
This
Okay.
egg.
Right,
oh,
so we cheers
God.
it. First we gotta cheers it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Cheers.
Oh, this is
This is
really disgusting.
I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm actually just gonna bite the whole. I'm taking the
Me
whole
too.
thing.
Me too.
Taking
Me
the
too.
whole thing.
Me too.
You are?
Taking the whole thing.
Oh.
Do it.
Yeah,
All right.
just do it.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
I didn't put mine in my mouth.
It tastes like it smells.
It tastes like it smells? Oh God, okay.
So,
That's really nasty.
No, there's,
That is really nasty.
I'm
Oh my
having
God.
to control my chewing here because the texture is so off-putting that I'm afraid I'm gonna like hurl.
Me too.
I just swallowed it whole.
Because that is a texture, like, it doesn't taste like anything to me. It tastes like nothing to me. But, I mean,
Why would someone go out and buy these?
that texture is
Oh my God.
off-putting.
Oh.
I still,
down,
I still
it's
have
down,
it. I
it's
still
down.
have it in my cheek right now because I'm afraid. But like
He
that
doesn't have
texture
to drink
is
the
so
water and suck
off-putting.
it down, dude.
Oh my
That's the
god.
only, because I think it
That-
gets worse.
No, it definitely gets worse.
It's still there.
Oh.
It doesn't get better.
No.
At all.
No.
Okay. Woo! Woo!
What do we
Do you
do
want
with
to
this
sip of this
leftover?
water?
Throw it out. What do you mean? What do we?
Where are we gonna throw it out the window? Put it in the plastic thing, and then we can just.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Give me that like. Oh. Touching it makes me.
All right. Yeah,
This is so
I'm so glad we have popcorn.
Oh God, thank God. Oh, it's stuck to my finger.
Oh my
Now
god.
it's stuck to my finger. Thank you.
Look at it.
That
on
is
the
so
cutting
sick.
board. Oh, it's like.
So, like, I'm
No.
sure that there is a place for this.
And I
No,
don't.
in the trash.
So, and I don't
Trash
want
is
to
the place for it.
insult, because so we watched a video about it, and they said in the video you don't eat it solo. You cut it up and you
Oh,
put it
yeah.
in like a porridgey thing with
Right.
that has broth
Right.
in it, and it's like she said, her
Oh, my
mom would
God.
make it for her when she was sick, so it was like a comfort food for her.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think the first thing we did wrong was we didn't.
We didn't make a porridge in the car.
I feel like we should try it again.
No, they shouldn't.
With the porridge though, because those videos,
I'll be
those
out
people
for that
loved
episode.
it. You're gonna be sick
I'll be
conveniently. You're not
absolutely-
available,
I'm sick for sure.
and we'll just have to
Whatever
text
day it
us
is,
and
trust
say
me.
cannot make it.
Yes.
Oh, that was
Man,
my God.
disgusting.
that texture was.
Makes you wish for pickled eggs again, doesn't it?
Oh, I would sit down and feast on pickled eggs.
Oh my God, no.
That's really nasty.
Yeah. All right, so we got to get
Oh
back
my
to Bird
God.
Box or Bird
We
Box.
do.
Yeah, Bird Box.
We
Right?
do.
Okay, so
Oh my god.
I don't ever like movies where little kids like get hurt. Upset me. Like I
Wait,
can't.
Cameron was the same way about that movie. Just the aggressive way that the kids were, like, sort of approached in that movie.
Yeah, they were approached very aggressively.
Cameron had the same problem with it.
And like
Can you hand me the other
two
box of
pregnant women
popcorn?
having a hard time.
I'm
like,
gonna need that spicy popcorn.
both
Yes.
of them giving birth at this like in this kind of weird. That
Yeah.
upset me.
That was interesting. Yeah.
Because as a mom, I'm thinking about how
Oh my
scary
God.
that must be to be.
So at this point, I really need to thank Guy because,
God, I just.
oh
burped.
man,
Yeah.
And it was disgusting. Sorry.
Oh my
I
God.
smelled it.
It's really bad. All right, so my problem with the movie is it has more plot holes than any movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Let's talk about that.
There are so many plot holes that for the way my brain works, I need things to make sense.
That
Such as
connect.
what? Tell me what are the plot holes.
What was the monster?
You don't know?
It's the
We don't
same
know.
monster from The Happening. It's the same exact monster from The Happening.
But that's not fair. We can't say that.
Well, we still don't even know what that monster was, do we? It was the wind or something, or environment. It was a.
Like, you mean like where it came from? Because
What
seemed like
was it? What were they seeing?
I think so. It seemed like different people were seeing different things.
Okay. What brought it on?
I have no idea.
All right. And then the guy who was watching the computer screen saw it and killed himself.
Right.
Because he saw it on the computer screen.
Right.
When they aired the thing live on TV when people were killing themselves, why didn't everybody who watched the TV kill themselves?
I think everybody reacted to it differently. Are you worried about me getting cheese in your Tesla?
No. Was that the look that I gave you?
Did you look that?
I think he was looking because you take too much popcorn.
Yeah, don't be eating
I
all the
took
spicy.
the one that I like. I'm not taking that one. I'm taking that one.
Yeah, don't mess with my popcorn.
Dude, there's a whole. Listen, I will buy you some hot sugar popcorn.
Buy me some too.
Okay.
This is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like, I don't think we have enough napkins.
we
No.
got. So why are you using so many napkins?
I just can't.
There's a whole bunch.
Are you
I
eating
have
a
a-
Liza
Chris
after
has
that?
an
I don't
entire
think that's
handful
No,
of
I have a
napkins.
napkin problem. Like every time I eat anything, I end up with a pile of crumbled up
But
napkins.
AnnMarie, look how many
What are
napkins
you?
he has right now.
Well,
So,
Look at
yes,
the 12-year-old boy.
I have them all around my plate.
That's
Can I
ridiculous.
have some of the sweet popcorn,
Yes.
please? I need a napkin. I don't mean to take them all away from you, but can I have one? I'll
All right.
use it
So you were
sparingly.
saying everyone reacted to it differently. You can just take
I
the
think
container.
so. Thank you.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
But why did no one react when they saw it on the news live coverage then? Because the guy watched it on the screen and killed himself.
Right.
So he reacted to it from seeing it through a screen.
I don't know.
See?
Nobody knows.
All right. So that's one plot
I
hole.
have one thing for
Oh
you.
no, I just listed like 3 or
You
4.
have popcorn in your beard.
Oh, let's get that out.
There you go. Great. Did it.
All right. So I felt like the ending. I was like, well, yeah, of course, blind people wouldn't die from it because they're not seeing it. Like,
Yeah.
but were those the only blind people left in the world?
Oh, I don't know. We don't know. We don't
Because-
have any answers.
There are blind people that don't, because it was a center for people.
Yeah, that was a whole center for blind people.
So there are people who are blind who don't
Also-
live in centers. So where were they?
They were living their best life.
Did
somewhere.
the people who have got affected by the thing, whatever it was, did they kill people too?
No.
They would just make people open their eyes. Like
Well-
the crazy people would open people's eyes.
So is that what it was? They were the crazy people?
The crazy people weren't affected by it, like the lunatics.
Do we know why?
No, of course we don't, because there's no.
So we don't have that answer either.
Right.
Okay. She got birds from a grocery store.
So
Yes.
one of my questions, why did like a
grocery store
woman
sells
like
birds?
That's right. That's a good point.
her story
actually.
that sold birds, but also the whole basis of her story arc was that she was a person who was self-centered and didn't want to take care of anyone or anything except for herself.
Right.
Yes.
That was her story arc and her build-up. But in the middle of crisis, she decided she wanted to rescue 2 birds from a grocery store.
Just randomly.
Like, why? That person is not saving birds.
Yeah.
That person
Right.
is moving on to like whatever is next. So that
And
that
then
I
she
found
called
weird.
them boy and girl.
Boy, girl.
But then at the end,
She
she
gave
told
him-
them their names and told them she loved them. I'm like, it took you all this time from
Yeah.
birth
Yeah.
to whatever age they were, 9 or
Yeah.
8 or 5,
Exactly. Because they skipped forward like 5 years. No, it was
to
yeah,
tell them
9.
you love them. Like you didn't figure it
Right.
out.
And also, can we talk about the fact that the school for the blind or the center for the blind that
Yep.
she had to get to
What?
was in the
impossible to get
middle
to?
of the woods.
Yes.
Like there was no other buildings
Right.
around it anywhere.
You
It was
had to
like it was
take
in the
a-
middle of the Amazon rainforest.
Yeah, you had to take
Yeah.
she had to go on the river and make
A
and then
48-hour trip on the river.
go on the river and make a right essentially.
Yeah.
So that's what I said too.
Right.
Who's doing the supply runs from the School of the Blind?
Yeah. Even prior to this event happening, why did they build the school for the blind in the middle of the rainforest?
Right.
Like there probably was like the Moorhead School is right here in the middle of downtown Raleigh.
Right.
Like,
You want to make it accessible.
And how did
Right.
her doctor end up at the school for the blind?
yeah, because she was right in the middle of it. Like
That
she was
is
in
a
the hospital
great.
that day.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
a great question.
Yeah. And when the whole thing kicked off, they were in some metropolitan area.
Right.
But then the house magically had all kinds of wooded backyards. And it was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Too many plot holes. Way too many plot holes for me.
And
But-
you also think there's something else about the how they marketed it.
Well, so that's what I said. For me, I refuse to believe that after the fact, it's not being used as some sort of social experiment on social media. Because I watch TV, Netflix. I really didn't see anything about the movie at all. My first introduction to the movie was memes on Twitter and Facebook. It blew up. I mean, it blew up.
I watched it before all the memes started.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What drew you to watch it?
Tony wanted like, let's watch this. I was like, oh, it's got Sandra Bullock in. I'm sure it's going to be great.
I'd be curious how he thought to watch it. But my point is, social media blew it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think most people agree it was a terrible movie. Or not terrible, it just doesn't make sense. Or it's just okay.
But is it, because, okay, I thought it was a good movie, but...
What was good about it?
I like Sandra Bullock in general, and I like that it had a happy ending. I like movies that have happy endings.
She gave those kids names?
They survived. That
Did
was
they
a happy
survive?
ending. They survived.
Yeah.
Up until the end credits, they survived.
Yeah,
There's people saying they're waiting on part 2.
No, I'm
That-
not. No.
What is part 2?
Right.
well, have
We
you
don't have the
seen,
answers from part 1.
The
Maybe
Walking
part
Dead?
2 is...
If you've seen The Walking
I stopped
Dead,
watching it.
you
I stopped watching
know
it.
somebody's about to storm the place and they're
True.
going to have to shoot everybody.
I stopped watching The Walking Dead.
I've never
Middle of
watched
season
it.
2, man. That was
Really?
Actually, I
that
tried to
Farmhouse
watch it one time.
Season was tough.
I tried to watch Walking Dead one time, and I was like, I have no interest in this.
I mean, I've seen it all now. It's one of Cameron's favorite shows, but it took a lot to get through season 2 of Walking Dead.
No, I'm not. So,
And then there was the lion. No, it was a tiger.
and bears?
No,
Okay.
it was a tiger.
There's a tiger in that.
In the
a tiger.
movie,
Yeah.
The Walking Dead?
Walking Dead.
Yeah.
For show, whatever it is?
Yeah, there's a tiger.
So here's my thought. So I saw Bird Box before the hype,
Right.
and I thought it was good,
Okay.
right? So then there's all this hype. Oh my God, you gotta watch it, you gotta
Right.
watch it, you gotta watch it. So then you watch it, and you're like, meh, because there's so much hype. You're like, your expectations are so high.
But see, I disagree. I think the people go into it thinking they're going to like it because of social media. Like
Right.
it's a popular thing, so
Right.
people are watching it like, oh, well, this is the end thing. I'll probably like it. So I
Right.
think people are liking it because they think they should like it because it's popular. People are saying they like it.
Right.
And it's, what do you like? You get nothing from the movie. It's a piece of Swiss cheese movie.
Because it's all the holes.
All the holes.
I see.
All
I
the
get
holes.
that.
So people are like, yeah, I liked it.
All right.
I don't understand what people are
See,
liking.
I feel like what's Dumpling? Did you see Dumpling?
I've not seen that one.
So Dumpling is similar to me, like where people are like, "Oh my God, it's so great! You gotta watch it." And I watched it, and I was like,
I gotta watch that. I didn't watch it.
"It's." I mean, maybe by me. So I'm telling you, it's meh. So I wonder if you're
Dumpling?
gonna go and like it because your expectations are low going in. Like
Right.
maybe my expectations were high going in. So
But why were your expectations high?
because people are saying, "Oh, you gotta watch."
I
this."
haven't heard one thing
This
about
is
Dumpling.
Your approach to the movie, I think it's also should be everybody's approach to dating. Like my approach when I met Cameron was like, I need to set her expectation level down here,
So she's super.
and
excited
that
about
when
it.
I come in here,
she's super stoked about it.
she's like,
Wow.
hey, he's better than I thought. Because
Yeah.
even if I came in at the same place, but I let her think that I was going to be way up here,
Right.
even though I'm in the same spot, she's like, I was expecting so much more.
You know what's funny? When I first talked to her
terrible.
about dating you, she said to me, "He's better than I thought." No, I'm
You
not.
did a
I'm not, I'm
fantastic
lying.
job
I'm
then,
totally
setting
lying.
the bar
Totally
low.
lying.
You always have to set the bar low.
That's not true. I think you meet expectations. You exceed well.
Right,
well,
'cause
if you
I set the
bar
expectation-
low-
Set them low and then exceed them.
Yeah.
Strategery.
But will that sustain your relationship over time?
Well, at some point, she has to expect more out of me.
Like your joke?
Right, like
Like, at some
she
point-
laughs. She still laughs at like the dumb things that I say, and I'm like, I don't know if that was my best stuff. She gets like, no, it was great. I was like, I don't know, that was my best stuff. No,
It's because she
Enjoy
loves
that
you.
while it
Yeah.
lasts. Enjoy
Yeah.
that because it
because-
goes away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
it will be 2 years on January 13th.
Oh my God.
Coming up.
Wow.
2 years?
2 years.
Chris, man, that's a long time.
I know.
That is a long time.
I know.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? Bird Box.
Bird Box.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I just need more answers. I need more answers.
Okay. I can't give them to you.
But and people are making up theories and giving
Oh,
me
yeah.
answers.
yeah, I
Don't do that.
I don't like, and see, I don't know that I care enough about a show that I really want to be like,
There's-
well, blah blah
yeah.
blah. I'm like, okay.
The deep dive, like explanations, trying to like make it have meaning. I don't.
That's what's driving me nuts
Yeah.
because
Like I've seen a lot of those. Everybody has a different take on how to make it have actual meaning, and they're all different, but they're all.
the author himself said it was infinity. They were staring into infinity.
The-
What does that mean? I don't know. The author of the book. It's a book,
Oh, it's a book.
which means it should have no plot holes
Right, but I
Right.
because
think
it's actually already wrapped up.
right, and I think the book was different. Do you know how the book ended?
No clue.
As I have been led to believe, and I haven't read the book because I didn't know it was a book until later, is that when they showed up to the end,
Okay.
it was at the school for the blind.
Mm-hmm.
But in the book, it's not a school for the blind. In the book, when they show up, everybody has poked their eyes out.
Oh my
Oh
God.
God.
That is my understanding.
Oh.
Now, somebody could listen to this or watch this and tell
I
us
like
that's
that
wrong.
better.
But that is how the book ended.
But
Interesting.
But for visually for TV,
Yeah.
people would, for me, if that's how the movie ended on TV,
Mhm.
I'd be like, oh my God, will all people have their eyes poked out? I would not.
I like that. That's more interesting. That gives me more than showing up to a school for the blind.
And for me, I'm like, do you really want to live that bad that you're going to poke your eyes out? That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Maybe
painful.
that's why the doctor was there, because she was performing surgery to remove everybody's eyeballs.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't poking them out. Maybe it was having them surgically removed.
Or surgically sewing your eyelid shut.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you could definitely do that. Why
sounds
wouldn't
like
you
a
just sew your
horror
eyelid
movie.
shut as opposed to poking your eyes out?
I
think I would go the
They're
eyelid.
both horror movies.
I would go the eyelid direction.
And at some point, does the infinity go away?
Yeah, it was.
So
we
you-
don't know. How'd it come?
Sequel. That's Bird Box 2.
I mean, we do know that 7 years later, whatever, it's still around.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a roaming band of crazy people in a BMW 7 Series.
I don't. They should be driving Teslas.
Well,
Because those go faster.
well,
but there's
but
probably no electricity.
There's no electricity. They drove it for the first 270 miles and then they were done.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Okay. Did we solve anything with
We
this?
solved
No, we
nothing.
didn't solve anything. There's nothing to solve. We don't have answers.
No.
It's an empty movie.
I mean, I liked it, but now that we're like analyzing it, I don't like it. Like I thought it
Right.
was
That's
fine.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
thought it was fine, and now I'm like, what a
And
crappy
that's my point.
movie.
So that's how my mind works. I'm still going through trying to figure out things.
Don't let him Hootie and the Blowfish you.
What does that mean?
What does
Oh,
that
I've
mean?
never heard that.
So that's like when Hootie and the Blowfish became uncool. It became uncool because so many people said it was uncool.
Okay,
Agreed.
so I would say to you, Hootie and the Blowfish has never been uncool to
Listen,
me.
they were just
A little kitschy,
I know
maybe?
I like the analogy. I know what
Yeah.
you mean. It's the same thing with Nickelback, I think.
right.
Yeah, I don't understand the Nickelback
I don't
hate,
get it.
because
I
there are
don't
some
know.
Nickelback songs that I crank in my car.
We have just found our viral moment. That one right there.
No one's ever said that.
There are some Nickelback songs, like to work out
do
to a
believe,
Nickelback
like,
song.
that Nickelback is a more extreme version of that, where not that they're Metallica or anything, but that they're not as bad
No, they're not.
as they have been turned into.
Right.
Yeah, the internet has
Right, and
made
it's
it
the
cool
Hootie and
to
the
hate.
Blowfish was that way, like one of the early versions of that in like the mid '90s,
Yeah.
where it became cool to hate them, and they're having a new tour, that by the way.
Yes,
They're coming back.
because now they're back in the good graces of society.
Yep.
The internet.
I will say, Nickelback, if you want to work out, there are some, like, if you want to lift some weights, there are some songs in Nickelback that you just want to lift that weight and just throw it over your head.
I
Like,
feel there's
that's
like
how
a
good it
whole
is.
genre of like late '90s, early 2000s, like I call it the music by a bunch of dudes whose dads didn't hug them enough. Where that is like
That's a long title to
It's
put
like
on your
super
playlist, though.
angry.
Yeah, like angry alt rock, like
Yeah. Yeah.
Limp Bizkit. That's the one.
Oh,
Yeah, that's one of them.
that stupid song, Nookie.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a popular song.
Oh, Fred Durst, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I always thought they were kind of douchey. Like, I
Really?
never liked Limp Bizkit.
You were also not their target demo.
Good call.
Yeah.
I was their target.
And
demo.
did you like them?
Then I did. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you ever go see them
I
in
was
concert?
No, I didn't really go to concerts that much. But I was like 19-year-old, like college sophomore or whatever. Like, of course that was.
Yeah.
like-
So when that
yeah,
song
yeah.
Nookie came on, would you sing it? Like, what would
Of
you
course
do?
he sang it. Yeah.
That is so
listen,
douchey.
I was the guy in college because I was in college in
Did you have long
1997,
hair?
99. No, I had this haircut my entire life. I just
Did you have the beard?
I had more of it. I had a goatee because
When you listen to Limp Bizkit, you were...
everybody just calm down in here. Good grief.
Oh, that's disgusting.
But I figured I was the guy in our college in 1998 that learned how to make and rip CDs and MP3s.
Oh.
So I became like the college source. I'm gonna get arrested.
You are going to get arrested.
Like one person in college would buy the CD, they would bring it to me, I would rip it, and then everybody would now have that
So
CD.
you were
Like,
taking all the money away from the artists.
Metallica was waiting for Metallica to come knock on my door.
What was the dude what was the thing? that guy created?
Napster.
Yeah.
I
You were
also
like the
I had that.
Napster of college.
And I also had Napster in my room.
Of William and Mary.
No, this was Thomas More College.
Thomas More College.
Thomas More
Okay.
College.
So, did you also wear your baseball hat backwards? You did.
He
Yeah.
did.
You
Yeah,
did.
he definitely
He did because he was like,
wow.
should I admit it or not? So okay, so
I
Limp
did.
Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit. Goatee. Hat on backwards.
Oh,
Wow.
did you wear like baseball button-down baseball shirts?
No,
too?
no. I've never been a jersey guy.
So you weren't like,
And I also was not a tank top guy.
well, tank
I-
tops
no.
aren't bad. You wear them under the shirt. It's a shirt.
Well, no,
before
no,
a
no.
shirt.
Like tank top with no like.
Just
Suns
a
out,
tank
guns
top.
out was not my thing.
Okay.
Which also was not a saying in 1998.
Right.
But
It's a funny saying. I think it's a pretty funny saying,
Yeah.
actually. Did you get the barbed wire tattoo around your muscle?
no, I didn't get that.
Every
Or
time
the,
I saw someone
the
have that, I'm
tribal
like,
tattoo.
dude, you know you have to lift weights the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You can't stop lifting. I like tank tops.
On dudes.
I mean,
I mean, I'm a dude.
it depends.
Yeah.
If you can pull it off, sure.
I don't think I can pull that off.
Also called a guinea tee,
A guinea tea.
a wife beater. It's also called wife beater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not heard of guinea tea before.
No,
It might be a New York thing.
possibly.
Called a guinea
Yeah,
tea.
I'm
That
not familiar
seems
with
like a
at
very
all.
New York thing. Seems like a very New York thing.
with your necklace with the horn on it, the gold necklace with the
Or
horn.
the seashell necklace. What was that called?
Oh, the
Oh,
puka
yeah,
bean.
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That was definitely a thing. I never had one,
I
but
knew
that
a
was
lot of
definitely a
guys
thing.
who wore those.
Yeah.
I did once. I should not say any of this on video.
Do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
I can't wait.
dyed my hair streaked blonde. Dyed my hair
Streaked blonde.
Streaked blonde.
Did you do
Blonde
frosted
tips?
tips? Yeah.
Sort of. Here's the thing: is I didn't do it like we. Man, we were weird in college. Listen. We made mistakes.
We all made mistakes.
We all made mistakes.
Listen,
I'm just putting mine in a video.
yeah.
Where they didn't quite. It wasn't quite frosted tips, but it was the same idea. And then shortly after I did that,
Yes.
and it looked ridiculously like late 90s.
Because
Like
you've got really dark
yeah.
hair,
like
so
it fit for late 90s.
did it?
Whatever.
Justin Timberlake did it.
Yeah. But then very shortly after, I decided to trim my hair real short,
Yes.
and I looked like a leopard. I had just white spots everywhere.
See, to me, that's cooler than having. So what was? So the look was striped hair
Like it was sort of frosted tips, but not like all over. It was just. Yeah.
on the
I
front.
missed that fad. I don't recall
Yeah.
people
Well,
putting
my
blotches of dye in their hair.
favorite
I
memory of
don't
that
know.
whole thing was we were doing it in a dorm room. Like I was sitting in somebody's dorm room with a dude like pulling my hair through a thing.
Oh, I remember you pull your hair through
Yeah,
the thing.
and then dye.
Oh.
And one of our friends who was not party to any of this opens up the dorm room, walks in to see somebody dyeing my hair with a cap on, and he's like, "Well, I'm leaving," and turned around and walked right out.
Were you listening to Limp Bizkit when you did it?
Almost
Probably.
certainly.
Probably.
Almost certainly.
So
Yeah.
so when I was in college, we talk about awkward,
Seton Hall.
Seton Hall University.
I remember.
I was a metalhead.
Okay.
Really?
So, oh yeah.
Wow.
I was a DJ on the college radio station,
You were
which
a
is
DJ?
actually just voted into the College Radio Hall of Fame or something ridiculous. It's like
Wow.
So
in
you
that
are
market.
tangentially a member of a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess
You played a part in it?
I mean, no. I mean, I was a DJ, but that was a long time ago. But so I have a ridiculous amount of information about metal music.
Okay.
Like I can name bands that people
I
are
have
like, how do you know
none.
that? But also, I was a metalhead. So I mean, I have big hair, right?
Right.
By birth, right?
You get it honest.
Yeah, right. The amount of hairspray, and my favorite pair of
She
shoes.
was flammable.
I really was, and my favorite pair of shoes, I will never forget. They were black, not velour, suede.
Sweet. Okay, there you
Okay,
go.
black suede cowboy boots
Oh, God.
with a steel tip.
Wow.
And I thought I was bad ass.
Right.
And I'd go to like the Cat Club in New York City. Don't even get me started. It's I think back and I'm like, wow. And I thought I was and at that time in the metal
Right.
community,
It was the
I
thing.
had it going on.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. And I don't even remember what happened to those boots. I wish I still had them.
Let's look them up on eBay.
We have glitter boots now.
Right.
I do have
To
glitter
wear.
boots. Should I bring them out?
Oh, let's
I
let's
mean-
Bring them out. Yeah.
So I love sparkly things, right? Well, I like sparkly shoes. Sparkly things, no. Shoes. So I love these so much that I will always have them in their box and have them wrapped in plastic, except when I'm wearing them.
That's funny.
Oh my god, they're so magical. Can we share? I don't know that you get the full effect for them. I mean, certainly not.
You
gonna
probably
get
still get a good enough effect.
Right.
The sun's not hitting
if
them.
the sun was out, like
Yeah.
it would be a very different thing.
There
But-
we go. I think if I would hold them up like
Yeah.
that, you could see that. I mean,
So here, the joy about this is that Corey and I are like, okay, cool
Yeah,
shoes.
cool.
Yeah.
I love them so much. Like,
I'm just trying to imagine, like,
I'm petting
Cameron,
them.
like going out, Cameron and I going out, and her wearing those. I'm just trying to imagine it.
But you've got to dress to your, like, I feel like people can picture me wearing these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
But I don't know that someone would be surprised that I would put a pair of shoes like this on.
I still feel like you have to be doing something fancy to wear
no.
those. Well, I know.
I
you
went to
said
dinner.
that. Yeah, you said just daily.
But it was a Saturday night in downtown Raleigh, right?
Right.
I went to Garland. I was trying to be, like, hip, you know.
They
wearing
are
my
very
shoes.
active boots.
And in the sun, you guys saw them in the sun.
Yeah, they dance.
Like, you have to wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're really magical. But, like, I went out last night, and I
She's
did not.
caressing them.
I did. I love them, but I didn't wear them last night because I feel like I have to be careful where I wear them. Like when I wore them that night, we went out to dinner and then we went out somewhere to go listen to a band or a cover band or whatever, and people were all about my shoes.
Right.
And so one woman picked my foot up off the ground and lifted my leg up.
That's ridiculous.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, girl, you go." And then she called her husband over, but while she was calling him over, she was kind of pulling me with her. So I'm hopping on one leg, and I'm like, "See, like these are attached to a person."
And you didn't know this lady?
No. So that's what we were talking about too. Like my girlfriend was like, "People are, why are they looking at us?" I'm like, that's the cost of admission when you wear shoes like
Absolutely.
this. You have to know that people are gonna, and you can't have an attitude about it. It's like I was famous for 4 hours.
Right.
I would have assumed you were.
But I
wearing
didn't
those.
wear them last night because we were going dancing, and I was like, if somebody steps on my
That'd
shoes,
be terrible. Yeah.
legit, like
This is-
I would
Could you
go
even
over.
dance in those?
Oh, I could dance in these. Oh yeah, they
This
actually
is
were surprisingly
your
comfortable.
version of like a 35-year-old sneakerheads,
Mm-hmm.
like Jordans or something,
Yeah.
where they're like, "Don't touch my
They're still in
shoes."
the
Yeah.
original box.
Yeah,
the
this is your
plastic.
version of that.
Because
Yeah.
at some point, when too many rhinestones fall off, you can't really wear them anymore.
Right.
So you got to be very careful about where you wear things like this.
Are you a sneakerhead, Chris?
No.
Are you a sneakerhead?
No, not at all. I
I'm not.
won't pay more than $60, $70 for
I'm
pair
a
of shoes.
shoe. Like I love shoes, but I'm like these were on sale.
I literally wear the exact same shoes every single day, and when these wear out, I go buy the exact same pair again.
Oh, and let's talk about this. Chris Mann does not have, what is it? Check gingham? What do you
Whatever
call
the
it?
blue
What do you call it?
button-up shirt is.
Gingham check.
Gingham check. He's wearing a t-shirt.
He has a T-shirt
today.
on, which I could not believe.
It says Amelia Fest, which
Amelia
is a
Fest?
great,
Yep.
fabulous fundraiser for children's cancer. But the fact that you have a t-shirt on,
I didn't realize you own T-shirts. I was actually thinking about that yesterday for some reason, or today when I was
Yeah.
getting dressed. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna wear a T-shirt," and I was like, "Oh, Chris will have his button-up shirt
of
on."
course.
Uh,
What else are you going to wear?
That's normal. I actually woke up and I was like, I started to put on an undershirt and put on a button-down shirt, and I was like, it is Sunday.
Yeah,
Right.
I could wear a t-shirt.
And it's warm out.
Yeah.
Like it's
And
not
that's
cold,
right.
right?
And so yeah, I decided to live a little, you know.
I can't. My mind is blown.
When I come to the office on like if we have a day where there's no closings and I decide I'm going to wear a t-shirt because I don't expect to actually
you wore a
see
T-shirt to
anything,
the office?
I get yelled at because it makes Jordan feel uncomfortable. Like
Because your pecs are so huge, like you're like, is that it?
okay,
Dude, you're so
she
ripped. You gotta wear a
she
button-down
just
shirt to calm
thinks
it
that I
down.
should wear a gingham check shirt at all times. Like I'll walk in, she's like, "Nope, gross. Go home and change."
Oh my god! And do you go home and change?
I do not. I
No.
don't. But it makes me laugh every time.
So, because I don't even know, like we've gone out socially, and I
Mm-hmm.
think you've always worn. What was that cover band we went to go see? Was it a Journey cover band?
No, it was the all-female cover band. No. What did we see? Because we did see a cover band.
We've seen two cover bands, right?
Because one was
a Journey cover band, and that guy.
That's right. We did see the Journey cover band.
Oh, he,
But what was the all-female cover band that was actually a cover band for
Dude band.
A male band, yeah.
I don't
female
remember, but they
cover
were very
band covered
good.
a male band?
And even the opening act was an all-female band, cover band, doing dude songs.
Like, and they were good. They were really good.
Was it Judas Priest? No.
No.
No? AC/DC.
Yes.
It was AC/DC, and they were fabulous.
Yes.
But
Yes.
this Journey cover band, because I love Journey, right? Don't Stop Believing is like one of my favorite songs of all time.
That's the only song I know by Journey, I think.
Oh my God, they have so many good
They
ones.
have more?
Oh my God. We'll talk about this.
Okay.
So, anyway, so, but Steve Perry has and had an amazing voice. And it's, from what I understand, people who are singers, like, it's very hard to sing Steve Perry because of his voice.
Yeah.
And the first note, we
money?
were all like, oh no. We all looked at each other like, oh.
Yeah, the most exciting part of that whole thing was like an in-between sort of like break for most of the band. One guy came out and he did some Bruce Hornsby in the Range.
Yeah, you
and
got
I was like,
super
yeah,
excited.
Bruce
because
Hornsby.
you love Bruce Hornsby.
I love me some Bruce Hornsby. Last night, speaking of cover bands, I didn't go because Cameron couldn't go, and I felt like it would be weird for me to just go and hang out by myself.
Yeah.
Was Grunge Fest.
Oh God.
And it was 4
Nirvana?
cover bands. No, it was 4 cover bands. It was Tool, Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, I love Rage Against the Machine.
I love me some Rage.
Oh my God. You should have called. I would have gone. We would have gone with you.
Yeah, I should have called.
You wouldn't have worn those boots, though.
No, that's not
Actually,
that's the place for that.
or was it at the place?
It was
where
at the
all-
Ritz. It was at the Ritz.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, no, because somebody would have. They would have done like a mosh pit, and somebody would
Exactly,
have
that's
stepped
what
on
I'm
my
saying.
boots,
Yeah.
and I would have lost
Yeah.
it. All right, so Rage Against the Machine, Tool.
Tool.
Well, it doesn't matter. You didn't go see it.
Yeah, I didn't go see it, but I was actually
I
kind
thought
of.
you were about to start pulling out CDs. Are you looking at your
I'm gonna
music
pull out
collection?
tickets. They're right
Oh.
Oh, you had tickets and you didn't go Grunge
Yeah.
Fest.
here. It actually doesn't say who it was.
Wait, so you
wanted to
didn't go?
I did not go.
So those are just wasted tickets?
Well, they were free. A friend of mine gave them to me because her boyfriend was in the Tool cover band.
Okay.
And I don't think anybody. I think almost all the tickets were free. Like it was get people.
Well,
and
that's a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like at the Ritz, like when we went to
It was
go
like
see.
it was subject. Your tickets were subject to capacity. Like you could
Gotcha.
go, and if you can get it, you get
Yeah,
it.
because I feel like at the Ritz sometimes, and you go in and you say you're buying a ticket. On the way out of the show, they're giving tickets away to other shows that they're having.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
They
but
want to get the people in to spend their money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, Green Day. Green Day was one of them. That would have been cool to see.
Not real Green Day, the cover.
Cover
band.
band.
Cover band Green Day.
These are all cover bands.
So,
All right, so what did you do when you were in college? Did you do?
Nothing. Video games, read books.
You didn't like have a Limp Bizkit moment with a goatee and a hat backwards, like listening to like what were you listening to in college?
Myself, I was rapping. Actually, in college, on my second year, is when I went to do Freestyle Friday on BET.
That's a big deal.
It was a huge deal. Yeah.
And then what happened?
now you went to school in Ohio?
Tiffin University.
Tiffin.
Is
Yeah,
that in
yeah.
Ohio?
It's in Ohio.
It is, yep,
Uh-huh.
in Ohio. And
What's the mascot?
Dragon.
Oh,
Tiffin Dragons.
wow.
Yep.
What was your mascot?
We were the Saints.
We were the Pirates.
The
Arr.
to distract us briefly from his college story is we were the Thomas More Saints because it's a Catholic college, and we found out, I think my junior year, somebody found a Saint Bernard costume in a closet.
Oh, jeez.
And we found out at that point that it was the St. Bernards, but we really, they always just assumed we were the Saints.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
so you
because Catholic
didn't know the
University.
full mascot?
Apparently they intended it to be a St. Bernard. There was a
Oh,
St.
wow.
Bernard costume.
Now, see, when I went to Seton Hall is also a Catholic university, but we were the Pirates. And I had a friend who was always like, how could it be Pirates and be a Catholic university? I'm like,
That's a good
stop
question.
overanalyzing this. Come on. Like,
That's a
what
good
are we
question,
doing?
though. That's a
It's
legit
a great
question.
question. But I was
St.
like, I don't
Paul and
care.
Xavier are like the same, they're Jesuit colleges, right? And the Xavier's
I
the
don't know.
Musketeers.
So you were a Catholic pirate? So we're like the
No,
nice
not,
pirates?
we weren't Jesuit. What does that mean?
An order of the Catholic Church, a specific order of the
I
Catholic
don't
Church.
think we were Jesuit. I have no idea. I went there because they had a great communication school. That's why I went there. I know it was a Catholic university, but like we had a seminary on campus,
Yeah, okay.
and we didn't have any nuns.
No nuns?
Just priests.
Catholic
We
pirate.
had nuns and priests.
Pirates by nature
And that's
aren't
what
nice.
the person's point was. It was like, how could you be the Pirates and be a Catholic university? I'm like, how can we have a heavy metal station and be a Catholic university? I don't know. Like,
They were progressive.
we like to mix it up.
Yeah, that makes them probably Jesuits.
Although,
Let's be
listen,
honest, they were probably Jesuits.
No, because when we would say band names, we couldn't say Judas Priest. We had to say Priest.
Oh.
We couldn't say Suicidal Tendencies. We had to call them the Tendencies. Like, there were all these
Oh.
rules about what we could and couldn't say based on the fact that we were a Catholic university.
That's interesting.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So anyway, so you were on the show.
Yeah. So I rapped, and it was a rap battle show on BET.
Yes.
And I actually had no idea how it worked. So of course I was, said I was the best rapper on campus, best rapper in the area, best of all time.
Of course.
So
which you were.
In my mind, I was.
Yeah.
Because if you don't think that, then why are you even on the show?
Exactly. But
Right.
to my point is I didn't realize what it took to actually get on the show. So, around campus, it's like, oh yeah, over Thanksgiving break, I'll go up and get on the show and win.
Right. Of course you would.
Absolutely. So I didn't realize when we got there was hundreds of people auditioning. There's lines around the building, and there's an actual process to go through to even get on the show.
Oh, it was like an all-day thing?
It was an all-day thing, and it was in downtown Manhattan. That's where I drove in downtown Manhattan.
And
you got yelled
got
at.
the migraine and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yes, so that was terrible. But I didn't realize there was a whole audition process. So went through the audition process, hundreds of people, and the audition process was to battle somebody. So they paired you up against somebody, they put a beat on, there was judges, and then we had to battle, and I thought I did great.
Yes.
And got a call a couple of weeks later they wanted me on the show, so I came on the show, and I mean, it's a nationally televised show, millions of viewers, got to meet a lot of celebrity judges.
You can YouTube him, you'd probably see him on the internet.
Yeah.
Well, I think you posted something, at least one thing on
Every
Facebook,
now and again,
right?
I'll throw something out there.
Yeah.
So I'm actually on the Best of Freestyle Friday DVD. Like, it was a big deal.
Wow.
I was actually at that point able to walk in downtown Manhattan, and people would stop me for autographs and pictures.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts.
Wow.
But for me, like, I had a migraine the entire time. I was on the show for a month, and I had a migraine the entire time.
You were on the show for a month?
Yeah.
So like
it was every Friday.
So did you drive back and forth, or did you?
Yes. Drove back and forth.
Because
We would stay for a
Tiffin's
couple
Cleveland?
days. Up by Toledo.
So what was the drive there? How many
I
hours?
want to say 6 or 7. It was a long drive,
Man.
and it was every Friday.
And would they put you up in a hotel?
No.
So you had to like drive
I had
and
no
then
idea
drive
how
back?
any of that worked. That's the craziest thing. And the funniest part about it is not having any idea how it worked. I was just winging it. My friends and I were just winging it. But I was actually good enough to where record labels wanted to meet me as I was out in the city. So we
Right.
would go meet with record labels and have no idea what we were doing.
Right.
So in hindsight, had we been prepared, had some material, had, a pitch,
Right.
could have been interesting. But I was offered a couple deals and didn't want to do them.
Well, and just a lot of the deals are not great.
No, terrible.
Right, yeah.
They want you to change up what you're doing. They want you
Right.
to have a certain image.
Right.
And I wasn't doing it for that reason anyway. I was
Right.
doing it just because I liked to rap and was
Right.
good at rapping. The business side, I wanted nothing to do with.
Which I think and I think for rappers, like, you have to be very quick on your feet. I could never be a rapper. Because like, an hour later, I'd be like, I should have said this.
That rhymes with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd be driving and going, hat, cat, splat, bat, rat. Like, I would be thinking of all the things that rhyme. So you have to be quick on because
Yeah.
you're also responding to
Well, that's
the
the
other
thing.
rapper,
Yeah,
right?
so that's the thing in a rap battle is
You can't really plan
no, you really can't plan for it.
because you don't know what that other person's
Some
gonna
people
say.
did. So actually the show, how it worked out was my 4th week on, it was actually set up for me to lose. It's a TV show. And they need
You
their
knew
ratings.
you were gonna lose?
Well, the host told me before that I was going to lose. I was upset.
No
I didn't,
way.
because I wasn't thinking politics and things
Are
like
they
that. coming into
supposed to
play.
tell you, or did
No.
he tell you because he liked you
Yeah,
and he wanted
yeah.
you to be prepared? Okay.
Exactly. Yep. So what happened was one of the celebrity judges found out the kid that I was battling was from Harlem, the same place he's from. So he wasn't even supposed to be there. He was taping the show from the day before. And he said, oh, well, he's from Harlem. I want to judge the battle. So the host knew that, he can't go against the kid from his own city.
Right,
so she
right,
told
right.
me, she said, I want to give you a heads up. It was Cameron, who's a rapper. Said he's not supposed to be judging this battle, but he found out the kid was from Harlem, so he wanted to stay and judge the battle.
Which means he's
so
gonna
just
win.
a heads up. Yep. So I did my thing, and then the kid recited a written rap that wasn't directed at me at all. Wasn't good, and he won. And he used the same rap next week against a girl and lost.
So what's the end game of this? Are you like the best rapper in the world, like American Idol, like you win it and then
So you get retired after 7 weeks.
Okay.
So I was on 4 weeks, and then
So if you get retired after 7 weeks, what do you
Nothing
get?
really.
Nothing.
No.
Just
yeah,
huh. Interesting.
it was a fun time though.
I'm sure it
fun.
was.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's cool. So you wait, what are the famous things we did in college? You had
The hat
had
backwards.
blonde
He
hair.
was famous in giving out autographs in Manhattan, and I had a goatee and listened to Limp Bizkit.
And he had leopard printed hair.
I did have leopard spotted hair for a while.
But look at you now, Chris, man.
Yeah.
Look at you now.
Look at me now. I don't have enough hair on the top of
It's
my
probably
head.
because of all that stuff you put
The
in.
dye. That could have ruined it.
I can't even imagine you. Were you doing like, was your hair doing this when you were in college?
What do you mean this?
Like male pattern baldness stuff when you were in college?
No, I was not doing that in
Was
college.
it like a
I
full-on
wasn't
head of
doing
hair?
that. Like, it was a thing.
Full on head of hair.
Well, because I have a friend in high school, and in senior year of high school, he was losing his hair.
My brother was
You
that
know what I'm
way.
saying?
Yeah, my
like,
brother was that way.
And by the time, I think, like, junior year, like, I think I saw him, well, next time I saw him was probably, like, when we were in college, we'd come back for break, and I was like, dude, just shave it all. Like, don't fight the fight. Just get rid of
I
it.
went to school with a kid who had gray hair in 7th grade. Like,
Wow.
full head full of gray. I don't know if it was a condition after the fact, but
Right.
It's like a
Head full of
Crash
gray
Test
hair.
Dummies song.
it was crazy.
Is it?
Wait, what?
Gray hair when you're in 7th grade?
Don't you remember that Crash Test Dummies song?
Oh, God, I hated that
And there was
song.
the
There was a boy.
I do know that song.
Got
Blah, blah,
into
blah, blah,
an
blah.
accident and couldn't come to school.
See, I don't know all those. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know the
Finally
lyrics.
Came back.
Yeah.
His hair had turned from black into bright white.
Well, that's what happened.
Yeah, he probably got in a car accident and then Crash Test Dummies made a song about him.
Wow.
The fact that you know all the words.
Yeah,
to that
that's
song
interesting.
are
Listen.
fantastic. Do you know more of it?
I can almost sing you that entire
I feel like
song.
he knows all of it.
Seriously?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I introduced my kids to last week? Rapper's Delight.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure you probably danced.
Back in the day, well, I was driving, so I couldn't.
Okay.
I was kind
I
of.
feel like you would dance to that.
But I still know almost all the words.
Wow.
I do not know all the words to that
Said
one.
a hip, hop, hip, 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 hop, you didn't stop.
Did your kids like it?
They actually did. Yeah, they
'Cause
like that
that
one.
would have been a better story if your kids were like, gross, mom, change it, gross.
No,
well,
it's awesome that
the
they liked
shoes.
Yeah.
Jennifer was like, "Do not buy the shoes, Mom,"
it. Well, yeah.
and was eye rolling
kids,
the whole
those
time.
are probably
I actually,
embarrassing to
I
the
actually
kids. Yes.
told her I didn't buy them, even though she was with me. And then when I wore them the night to go out, she's like, "Mom, you bought the shoes." I was like, "I did buy the shoes, Jen. Sorry." So she's like, "No, I don't like them," and I was like, "You're gonna want to borrow them at
Yeah.
some point in your life, like when she can fit into these."
When the rhinestones start to fall out,
Yeah.
then
I
she
will
can have
throw
gotta
them
retire
out
them.
when that happens.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
can't-
retire 'em.
You can't.
Why can't you give those to your child? To
I don't want her
enjoy?
wearing shoes like this.
She'll make a spectacle of herself.
Yeah.
Oh my God! All right, so what are we gonna eat next? Do we know?
No clue.
No idea. No idea.
I'm still eating this popcorn.
Well,
That's
I
really
know
good.
I'm not getting any of it, and I'm totally okay with it. I mean, I am enjoying it. It's very good,
Yeah, I'm taking this one.
but I feel
Chris
like
is definitely
you
taking
guys
that.
are super in love with it. So my gift to you is each a
Well, my
Thing.
gift to you is you can take the last 3 of those.
no.
Those are. I'm definitely not trying those again.
I'm not-
There's no way I'm trying
So
those
here's
again.
the thing, right? Super glad I tried them.
Why are you glad you tried them?
Because now when someone says, "Do you like 1,000-year eggs?" and I'm like, "Ugh," and I go, "Did you try them?" I can go, "Yes, I have tried them."
Okay,
Smarty
that makes
Pants,
sense. That
And I
makes
don't
sense.
like them.
It was off-putting.
I don't think I've ever eaten anything that tasted worse than that.
I really was afraid I was going to vomit. Like I was doing everything I could to not get.
Yeah,
egg.
I haven't thrown up since I was an infant, but
Wait,
No, that's a legit
wait,
statement.
wait a minute. Whoa, wait, what?
yeah, that's a legit statement.
That's
I don't drink.
well, yeah, but I,
as a 7-year-old, you have too much popcorn shrimp one night.
right.
No,
That's
no.
You
Nope.
haven't like gotten so sick, like you've had such a bad cold or the
No.
flu or whatever, where you.
No, hasn't happened.
no food poisoning.
Nope.
Like I still eat at the cookout in downtown, but I definitely got food poisoning there, and
No.
I still, you know,
You know what that reminds me of? So there's a movie that Tony had me watch because there's a movie coming out now where it's Mr. It's called Glass.
Oh,
or
I can't
Mr.
wait to
Glass
watch
or
that one.
whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's the movie with Bruce Willis and Mr. Glass in it, the first one.
Yeah.
Where
was it Unbreakable?
Unbreakable,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
where he can't break, but
Yeah.
and something happened in his life where he became unbreakable. So you're like unvomitable.
Flows off the tongue, as it were.
Hey, look, it's unvomitable. I don't know how you can use
Okay,
that
so how
superpower.
disappointed are you going to be if you find out at the end that that was your superpower? Like,
What would
that's
I
it.
use that for?
Right, like that's it. That was your superpower. Like
That would be
you
terrible.
You get to the pearly gates, and you're like, and you know, St. Pete at the pearly gates is like everybody had a superpower, and they tell everybody, you know, this whole time you had the superpower, and they're like, you didn't vomit.
That would be disappointing.
But But think about,
that'd be a Bird Box moment.
maybe if someone, did you feel like you were going to vomit with the eggs?
Well, see, I don't get nauseous, so I don't know what that.
You don't get nauseous?
No.
I have a hard time not like throwing up when I brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Like
The
I get back to the back
reflex.
teeth and I'm like,
No, I don't know.
So what would happen if you put a toothbrush back in your throat?
I would cough, my eyes would water.
You wouldn't go like, "Ugh."
I would imagine. I've never tried that.
Can
but
you
I would
try it?
imagine, no.
This is an interesting thing. I want you to try it.
I'll pass.
No way to-
he's got a good thing going. He doesn't want to ruin it.
But I want to see like how far it can go.
I'll pass. I appreciate the offer.
I really want to see like how unthrow uppy are you?
I don't know.
You never get nauseous?
No.
This is interesting to me. That is your superpower. I don't know how
That's a
you
terrible
can use
superpower.
it. Yeah, I think it's a good one.
I don't know what we
It's
do
a
with it.
terrible superpower.
I feel like you could encourage your children, like, because they eat something gross, and you're like, "Ugh," and you're like, no, it's fine. And they're like, Daddy said it was fine, so it's fine. Just in that voice, right? Like that. They said that.
Yeah, it's a
What do you
terrible
think?
superpower.
I mean, but if none of us know our superpowers until we get to the
that's
pearly
yeah,
gates,
that's
I
a
mean,
bad
It's
scenario.
a
Here's
premise
anyway.
that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but let's just.
Is
roll
this
with it.
yours you're going with?
do you
Like,
have a superpower, Chris?
No, I have no superpower.
You do, but you don't know it yet.
Right.
and you won't know until you get there,
Yeah,
which
like
is a
my
complete waste.
superpower is, I can stamp envelopes really, really fast. That's
Can
it.
you? That's
Yeah.
impressive.
If you need somebody involved with like a mailing campaign, I can.
I do need people involved in mailing campaigns.
got you. I got
oh
you.
my
That's
god,
my
I can't wait
superpower.
to pull you.
That's
in
your
on this.
superpower?
I'm saying like it's probably as useful as not throwing up.
Well, I didn't say it was my superpower. You said that.
Right.
It's either that
So-
or I'm slightly amused by almost everything.
So,
We got to come up with better superpowers.
do you feel like? Wait, so this whole getting to the pearly gates and getting told what your superpower is that a thing?
yeah, that's what I was,
I'm like,
that's
is
what I
that
was
in
getting
the
to.
Bible
I was going to
somewhere?
ask him
Yeah.
that. That's what
No,
I
that's
wanted
not.
to know.
It's not
So
an
you're
actual
making it
thing. I
up.
just made that up.
'Cause
Just
I was
now?
like, oh
or is
my
that what you're
God.
rolling with? Like, you
No.
came in with that.
No, I just
That's
made
not
that
a real
up.
thing.
Okay.
You did. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
not in the Bible anywhere.
Okay, I thought you came in with that.
Jeez.
God, I would love for that to be some scripture.
When you
In
get-
Revelations. Everybody finds out their superpower.
Oh my
That
god.
would be terrible, though, to go through your entire life and not know, and then, oh, by the way, here was
Yeah.
your superpower.
It's-
All right, well, let me
it's
go back
actually
and do
Yeah,
it.
can I
probably-
get back? How do I
it's
get back?
Probably what happens when you end up in hell, not heaven.
They tell you
They're
what
like,
your
they tell you
superpower
That'd
what
be
your-
torture.
By
Yeah,
the
like,
way,
By the way,
now that you know it, you can never use
Oh,
it.
you could fly.
yeah,
Sorry.
I wish
You
I
just
what,
never
what would
tried.
you like your superpower to be?
Probably flying.
Flying.
Yeah. Or
about
teleportation.
you?
Teleportation would be just
Teleportation would be great.
Yeah.
Flying, yeah,
So
not be
you'd
just
get-
as good.
See, I'd
Teleportation
never
would
be
better.
late for anything if I could teleport. I probably
You probably still would be
You'd still be late.
I'd still be late.
Yeah, because you say, I got time, and then you
You'd
wait.
still be like trying to figure out what shoes to wear.
Well, yeah, because you never know with an outfit. Although with that, you have to plan. When you're wearing sparkly shoes, you have to plan your outfit. You can't just fly by the seat of your pants.
There's
I
no
think
willing-
they look, yes, you can.
Like, I literally bought a pair of pants to go with that.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
And I'm always looking for the right cropped pants to really show those suckers off.
You say always looking, like for the last 3 days.
No, like whenever I go into a store, I'm like, cropped black pants. Or navy or black is what I'm
I think
going
you can
for.
do those with anything. Like, the shoes are so loud. It does, you could,
Are
it
they
doesn't
loud
matter.
or are they really fabulous?
That's not.
We might be
mutually
saying the same
exclusive.
thing.
Like it's the same.
Just in a different way.
We might be saying the same
I
thing.
feel like purple maybe, but you don't want to go, but I feel like if I wore purple, that's a little too flashy to go with sparkly boots.
Your shoes are doing a disco dance.
Now eggplant is different than purple, right? So if it was a deep purple, that would be okay.
This is,
Or
I'm totally
white.
out of my league on this
White?
conversation. Yeah.
White would be amazing. Maybe I'll wear them if I ever get married again.
I don't think it matters what you wear with those shoes.
That's the right answer.
It doesn't. I mean, the shoes, they're going to dance regardless. Like, they're vibrant shoes.
They're magical.
Eggplant velour tracksuit.
With those?
Eggplant velour, what are the things? Like a jumper. Like a
Is that the
jumpsuit.
same thing?
What did you say to me?
He said a tracksuit. That's not the same thing.
No,
is
it's
it?
not the same thing. I'm talking about like a one-piece
Yeah,
romper.
I'm thinking of
Oh,
a
romper.
windbreaker. when you say
Which I
tracksuit.
love, and they can be flattering, but when you have to go to the bathroom and you take the whole thing off and
it's
you're
weird.
sitting there
It's
with no
definitely
top on and you're like, this is so ridiculous.
Yeah, I've never had that problem.
Yeah, because guys don't wear stuff like that. You guys,
No.
guys would never put on a romp. Like, you
No.
are just...
There's guys that wear rompers. There was an ad on
Romp
Facebook.
hymns.
Somebody Somebody posted it.
But it's like
Is that
a
what it's
joke.
called?
It's not like legit. Like, oh.
Do you have a romp him?
No, I do not. No, I do not.
Should we get you one?
Listen,
Would you wear a romp
you guys are shocked I'm wearing a T-shirt, and you're like, "Will you wear a romper?"
Well, I mean, if you're wearing a T-shirt, that's the next level. The next thing.
Yeah,
is,
the next step
It's like
is
It's a
gingham
gateway.
check
Yeah,
shirt.
it's a gateway
The T-shirt
shirt.
is a gateway shirt to a romper.
right.
A romp him is a romp him.
Yeah, like I don't even like to wear shorts, so
What do you wear when you go to the beach?
I mean I'll wear shorts, but if
Pants.
I wear dress pants and a gingham check shirt.
He has many pants.
Like our joke in the office and even at the house is that if I go like running in the neighborhood, that I will wear like Nike shorts, a gingham check shirt, and these like dress shoes, my
Speaking of,
Chelsea boots.
Wait, so I often see people running and they don't have what appears to me to be proper running attire on.
Yes. Yeah.
So I get scared. Legit, one time I almost pulled the car over and got out and ran. Like thought they
what's
were
happening?
running from something.
Like, what's happening?
I was driving and I had a thought to get out and run with them. Like, what is going on?
But you
I
could
was
get
scared.
somewhere faster in a car.
I know, but just the way my brain
Okay,
processed it was,
all right.
this guy's running. We need to run from whatever's
So,
happening.
for us women, what's very nice is, there's all these ads where they say, you don't want to wear dress pants, but they're like dress pant yoga pants. So
Yeah.
you could run in them
Right.
because they look like pants.
Like I could wear some dress pants, yoga pants, and run.
I mean, I've seen guys running in khaki shorts.
That's
Like-
but that's not even breathable. Like,
That's
that just
why I
feels
say
like
it's
it would
concerning
just
to me.
be
So
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So when you go to the beach, do you wear
If there's water involved, I'll wear shorts.
like
but do you
swim
wear
shorts
a
or
button-up shirt?
Um,
No, legit.
short sleeve button?
He rolls up the sleeves.
yeah.
Tank top,
Also,
it's
I
tank
don't
top,
like
but-
short sleeve button up shirts. I don't like it all. I'm very particular about
You really
the
are.
one thing I'll wear, which
And
is a
it's
gingham
so
check
hot
shirt.
in North Carolina in the summertime.
No,
like, you think you
I
wanna
will
short
wear
sleeves.
like I have like 4 or 5 T-shirts that I just wear over and over again.
Okay, so you've never worn a button-up shirt to the beach.
I'm not gonna say I've never done it. Let's be honest.
Oh my god. So you wear shorts or you wear swim shorts
I wear swim shorts, like swim trunks. Yeah.
to walk around at the beach? Like, do you ever go to the beach for like the weekend or something? And
I mean, maybe I do have like 2 pairs of
Wait.
shorts.
See,
I have 2 pairs of shorts.
you can wear swim shorts to casually walk around.
that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm asking. Like,
Well, no, you know what? I do have 2 pairs of shorts.
what
like
are they?
regular.
Khaki?
They're not like
khaki.
they're not
Yeah,
khaki.
khaki. They're blue though.
Yeah.
So
They're exactly they're blue. Yeah.
Are they navy blue?
There is some pattern blue something. I don't know.
Do they have like little lobsters on them or something? Like lobsters on it.
Little airplanes. I don't know.
All right, so
man.
no.
Listen, I feel very uncomfortable every single time I put shorts on. Every time, like I
Why?
don't. I just.
Is it
That's
something
weird.
about your legs?
I do not have the prettiest.
you're gonna
legs,
find
no.
out your superpower is wearing shorts,
Yes.
Yeah.
and you didn't take advantage of it.
You're like the breathability. I just
Listen,
feel like I can take on
Listen,
the
I
world.
have the type of legs that even if I put my feet together, a grease pig can get right through there.
Really?
Yeah.
You're bow-legged?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
That's
so many,
hilarious.
all right. So but what's interesting, you don't like short sleeve button-down shirts.
No, terrible.
But you're okay with short
And also
sleeve
don't
t-shirts.
like, you get right, and I don't like long sleeve t-shirts. I think long sleeve t-shirts are weird, and I don't understand the purpose.
The purpose, because this is like a long sleeve
That's
t-shirt.
not a t-shirt.
What it is? It's cotton.
But
I
that's
mean-
not a t-shirt.
What is it? What's the difference?
I don't know. That's like a thick
What's-
shirt. Like that's
It feels kind of similar to yours.
no, that's
Feel them. Feel
It
them
looks
at the
like
same
t-shirt
time.
material.
Right, feel
It's a
this.
V-neck
Yeah.
sweater of some
Now
sort.
go and feel that. It's not a sweater. They're the
It's
same.
t-shirt material.
It's t-shirt material.
Whatever.
So
Interesting.
number one, you don't like it, but I got it on. So
Okay. Also, do as I say, not as I. No, I'm the exact opposite.
don't do what I say.
Right.
Or
Like
do I do?
things that I think are weird for me, I don't necessarily think are weird for other people.
Okay.
Like if I see somebody in a short sleeve button-up shirt, I'm not like
Judging
peasant.
them.
Um,
Judging them with judgy eyes.
no, like I think fine. I'm sure they look fine. Same thing with long sleeve t-shirts. I see people wearing long sleeve t-shirts or sweaters. I will not
It's
wear a
just
sweater.
not for you.
I
You
will
won't wear a
sweater.
sweater.
What do you mean you
I
won't
will
wear a
not.
sweater?
But I see people wearing all these things, and I'm like,
I wear sweaters
I wish I
often.
could pull that off.
I
wish
look
could do
forward
it,
to wearing
but I
sweaters.
can't.
So
I can't do
it's
it.
sweater weather. I mean, there's that whole
Yeah.
thing, sweater
Yeah.
weather. So wait,
I don't wear sweaters
what do you?
ever.
So if it's
Ever.
cold, what do you wear? Just a button-down
I will
shirt?
wear the exact same.
He wears a button-down coat. Like he has
I wear
a gingham
literally
check shirt
the
coat.
exact same thing, irrespective of the time of year. I wear the same clothes. I do not change anything about anything.
Okay, so you know how sometimes it's cold. Like even when you're in the office, it's
Yeah.
cold. So or it's like rainy out, right? So it's like and it's really nice to have a sweater on those days because like a button-down long sleeve shirt is not going to keep you warm.
Yeah, I wear sweaters.
What do you do on days like that? Do you just shutter in the office?
Yeah, he's just cold.
I'm not cold. I'm not cold.
That's your superpower.
Maybe that's your superpower.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't ever get cold.
I don't. I mean, I get like sometimes, but it's when I'm outside and it's 30 degrees. That's really it.
All right, so you get cold. Do you ever
I wear a coat.
like overheat?
If I'm outside. I mean, also, let's just be honest about my life here. I spend most of my time
sleeping
inside.
Yeah,
but it can still be cold inside. Like there are days that I just want to wear a sweater.
Turn the heat up.
I don't know. I can't believe you don't like sweaters.
I do not change my. I do not like. It's not like people have like, okay, winter's here. They'll put their summer clothes away, and then summer gets they put their winter.
You never do that.
Don't
it's
have
the same
to do that.
all the time.
I wear the exact same clothes.
So if I got you a sweater for Christmas next year,
I get sweaters for Christmas all the time.
And you don't wear them?
Because my dad has still not, or my stepmom actually has not figured out that I don't wear sweaters. And so she, I end up giving it to like Goodwill or charity or something.
Check up next year. Check in with Chris Man and be like, hey, you got any sweaters?
I'll
like
definitely take the sweaters. I'll take the sweaters.
I took like 4 years worth of Christmas sweaters from my stepmom with the tag still on.
Wow.
Like,
listen, tell your.
I need some new sweaters.
Just whatever your size is, tell Chris, and then he can tell his.
XL.
Yeah. Be
XL.
like, hey, Mom, I'm an XL this year.
This year I'm an XL.
And then that way you can just give them right to Corey.
Boom.
Yeah.
Because they're probably nice sweaters.
Right. Except they're not bad. They're not bad at all.
Well, I mean, who are you to judge? You don't like sweaters.
Yeah,
you can't.
Yeah, he's not going to judge.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like this is something we should.
Let's not even talk about sweater vests. Ooh.
Oh,
that's
sweater vests.
Different. Yeah.
I mean, I've got a vest like a.
That's fashionable.
That's a puffy vest.
That's a jacket vest.
Yeah, sweater vests. Yeah, I think those
I don't know how
people
people that can do that and not look like Doug.
I can't pull that off.
Who's Doug?
Doug Funny?
Doug, the cartoon Doug with his little dog.
Doug Funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. God. So I don't know that anyone can pull off a sweater vest and be like, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't try.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Maybe instead of trying different foods, we should try different clothing styles.
Like every time I'll show up in some.
Yeah, we don't know what you're gonna do. We're gonna be like, is he gonna have a sweater vest?
That would be great. That would be great.
A short sleeve button down shirt. Nobody knows.
I'm gonna get a Lakers jersey.
Are you?
A Kobe Lakers jersey.
No, don't get a Kobe. Get somebody else.
Yeah, don't get
Kobe.
Kobe.
I have to. Listen, I can only name like 3 NBA
I don't
players.
even know who play. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think you did sports. So.
I mean,
What's the dude from North Carolina?
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, sure, LeBron.
That's who you were. Wait, there's no way you guys made that connection. That's not who you were talking about.
It was who I was talking about.
Yeah, he went to Davidson.
Yeah, he went to.
What's the dude from North Carolina? He says Steph Curry, and that's right.
Yeah.
You know how many dudes are from North Carolina?
No, the basketball player.
How do we know what sport?
We were talking
He's
about
the best basketball player in the NBA. So.
Like I knew, like he knew because we were talking about basketball.
Wait.
And I was gonna say the dude because he's
What's
got
the
light
dude
eyes.
from North Carolina? Steph
Because we were
Curry.
talking about basketball.
Yeah.
That's how.
You guys have a pre-production meeting?
We are. We did. We talked about it. I'm like, so I'm gonna say this, and then you say.
That's the most ridiculous
Everything
lob
else
ever.
is
And
off
he gets
the
it.
cuff, but
What's the dude from North Carolina?
We were talking
Steph
about
Curry.
basketball.
Yeah. What's that game where you have to do that? Where like you have to like get people to guess words by saying
Is
whatever.
it called guesstimate or something?
Okay, so
No, it's not called guesstimate.
She's not good at this game, but I'm good at that game. Like I'm good at that game.
She actually answered like she was playing the game. Like guess who, guesstimate. It's not guess who.
Isn't it called like guess?
No, it's not.
It's nothing with guess in it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, what is it
I'm good
called?
at that game.
Are you?
Yeah, whatever that game's called, which we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm clearly not good. So you're
Guess who and guess.
guesstimate, or isn't it gestures? Gestures.
No, that's not it either.
No.
Well, if it's not, it should be the name of a game. I
That
feel
is
like
the
I'm
name of
just
a game,
ready
I
to
think.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I invented the name of a game. Darn it. All right, so we have to, maybe people give us suggestions of something they want us to eat.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
I mean, or we just walking
Listen,
Grand Asia Market.
exactly. We could go to the Grand Asia Market. Listen, they have live striped bass swimming out around in a giant tank. You can be like, I want that bass, and they will pull them out and give you a live fish.
They won't clean it for
I
you.
don't know. I'm not ordering one to know what they do after you pick out your fish.
Maybe they sell birds. Bird Box might have. Do they
Do
sell birds there?
You were there.
I didn't see any live birds.
By the question, was this in the refrigerated section?
Yes, it was.
Okay. I mean, not.
Are you going to take those home
no,
and refrigerate
I mean,
them?
I just want to know where people can find them to try
Yes,
them.
they're in the refrigerated section in the front.
God, that was
side
disgusting.
corner.
That was nasty.
I mean, yeah, this was not.
That's the worst thing I've ever eaten.
I'm not saying that's the worst thing I've ever eaten, but
The worst thing I've ever eaten is liver.
Liver's worse than that
My
for you?
mom used to make us eat liver every
Mine
Friday.
too.
Friday
And
should be pizza night, not liver night.
that's a bad. That
And
was your
thank God
Friday.
we had a dog. Well, for a while she was on a health kick and she made us eat liver, and then she went back
I'm
to
sorry.
pizza. But we had a dog, so Princess the German Shepherd would always get all
A lot of liver.
Oh God! So liver, I think, is the worst.
Really?
Or kidney stew.
it sounds pretty gross too.
My
What's
grandmother
worse?
used to
What's
make
worse
kidney
than
stew.
that for you?
I have no idea. Like I don't. That's not something mentally I have kept track of.
That's really bad.
Like as a grown-up, this is by far the worst thing I've ever eaten.
Ugh.
Like when I have control of what goes in my mouth,
Yeah.
right? Because when I was living at home, oh, liver, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
you gotta eat
kidney
it.
stew, fine. As a grown-up, where I get to pick what I put in
Yeah.
my mouth, this is the worst thing I've ever
I'll
tasted.
say, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like I had, and I'm not going to name the name of the restaurant because it's a wonderful restaurant, but that I ordered traditional larb, like not like an Americanized version.
Larb?
What's larb,
What is
sir?
larb?
Could you
It's like a,
educate us?
it's like
Oh,
a,
he's very fancy.
Did you see how he said
Yeah,
larb?
larb.
Larb.
Like
the B was capital
Larb.
yeah,
on that.
larb.
because I think if you said it quickly, we would think you were saying lard.
Lard.
Like,
Right.
oh, you
Yes.
ate lard? Oh, that sounds
Just a plate of
really,
fat.
A
That
fried
sounds
lard?
terrible.
That sounds
But
delicious.
Is that a
it's
thing?
weird. It's like a weird like meat salad thing. And I should have
Meat
just
salad?
gotten. I should have just
Is
gotten.
that like
it
a
with,
chef
steak.
salad?
No. It's like noodly meat. It's
Like stroganoff?
Google it. I don't know. It's not stroganoff.
Meat salad with noodles. That sounds
Listen.
horrible.
Anyway, it ended up being
Jeez.
like the weird parts of the
Of meat?
animal.
Because that's how you have it
That's
traditionally.
the traditional way. And when he asked me when I ordered, he's like, "Do you want the traditional way?" I should have
Said, what
asked
does that
questions,
mean? Right.
and instead I
Life
said,
lesson. Ask questions.
I said yes because I didn't want to seem like I didn't know.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
it was the smell.
Did you eat it though?
So is it like
I
the
ate it.
organs?
It smelled so much like canned cat food.
Were you the
Oh.
one beside me at an event? There was some event we went to, and they had plates of food, and the meat was not cooked, and the person beside me was eating the meat still, and I think that was you.
No. Where
I
were
feel
we?
like it was.
They were
No?
eating raw meat?
Yeah, it was some event. I forget.
Was
what
it like steak tartare?
It was
Is
pork.
Steak tartare?
and it was
Raw
like
pork? I'm not touching
it wasn't raw, but it just wasn't cooked all the way.
Oh.
I don't.
It was really bad. It
So
was either you or
was
Chris
it
Thorough.
so was it organs?
Yeah, like it was the
Ew.
weird
Like
parts of it.
Wait, so that's what you
and-
wanted?
Well, I didn't know that's what the traditional way meant.
So traditional.
Ew, it's
the
like the
non-
leftover
Like
parts.
it was weird. It was very weird. And so I was literally because I wanted to eat because
Was
it was
Cameron with you?
Yes, and it's her favorite restaurant. And it was an expensive plate,
Uh-huh.
and I also was hungry. So like I was like
and you-
giant scoops.
Oh.
And, just,
That is disgusting.
Before you knew what it tasted
and
like.
no,
you were-
yeah, after like I was just like I need food.
But-
and the bartender,
I
because we
would've
were eating at
just
the
asked for
bar,
more
the
bread.
bartender finally
Yeah.
came up and he's like, "How do you feel about that?" And I was like, "Well, like scooping it in as like biggest bites as I can manage." She's like, I was like, I don't think it's great. And he's like, "You don't have to eat it." He's like, "It's the most returned dish we have." Because he's like, "It's not for everyone."
Right.
I was like, "Well, it's probably not for me." And so he's like, "Whatever you want, like I'll get you whatever you want, and it's on me." And so I ordered the wings. I was like, "I'll have."
So you
this
went from
order.
lard to
Wow,
wings.
wow.
Right. I was like, I wanted to play it safe.
What's interesting is that a place that has larb
They also have wings.
wings.
So I
Wow.
ordered the wings
Larb.
because I
Oh,
figured
I
like
think
that
I
was
know where
safe.
you were.
And I was like, "I'll have the hot." And he's like, "No, you won't."
Too hot?
He's like, "I'm gonna bring you out a little ramekin of the hot sauce, and if you prove to me that you can handle it, I'll bring you the wings." And I took one little dab. I was like, "Nope, no,
Too hot.
way too hot." Yeah.
Is it the place we went to? Is it where we went to dinner? Me and you and Tony and Karen?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because they have.
No, it's
a
great. Like I
restaurant,
love
they
their
have
food.
wings.
And those wings that were the next level.
How'd you get
down.
introduced to larb?
It's
Like-
because I've eaten at this place so many times and had.
You're just trying
and I was
things
like,
and trying
I'm
to-
gonna-
Have
I'm
you
gonna branch
had
out.
the non-traditional larb since then?
No,
or
I'm
before
not.
then?
I'm not ordering that.
Wait,
at this
so
point.
The meat salad.
wait.
Yeah.
The whole idea of a meat. I can't wait to Google this.
I know.
A
I'm interested to see
A
what this
meat
looks like.
salad, and there's no
But-
lettuce, but it's a salad.
A meat
There
salad.
might be lettuce on it. I don't remember. There's
But
probably
no-
Well, there's not lettuce and crab salad.
yeah. There's not lettuce and ham salad, chicken salad.
Potato salad.
Back up.
Beep, 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 beep.
Is that you backing up? Jesus.
God, I am so funny. I was talking. We went out to dinner with some friends last night, and then we went dancing, but without the sparkly shoes. And the woman we were with, we were talking about how funny we think we are. Like, there are things I say, and I'm like, Nobody else thinks I'm funny, and I'm like, I am on fire.
I feel the same way.
You need a Cameron in your life. She thinks I'm hilarious.
You don't
I know, because I think I'm
You don't
funny.
have too much time left with that, though. You're 2 years in.
Yeah, I think.
You got about another 2 years.
I don't even know if she has a. I mean, his jokes are bad.
That's true.
I mean,
So you might have a year left of being
months.
funny.
3 months, 2 weeks.
And then after that, you're just annoying.
Well, yeah, but she'll still love you.
Yeah.
Like, she'll give you that cute eye roll, like, oh, Chris.
Heard this before.
Yeah, maybe it's like the 500th time she hears the joke is when she'll not think it's funny anymore.
Right. Knock, knock.
No.
Who's there?
To
To who?
whom? To whom?
Are you
That is
serious?
funny. I can't wait
That
to
is-
tell my kids that joke.
That is my favorite joke.
That is a great joke. I'm going to tell that to
That's my
Tony.
favorite
Because, people sometimes say I'm condescending. You know, that's when you talk down to people. That is my favorite. That cracks me up. I saw it on a t-shirt, and I was like, that is fantastic. My kids didn't understand. I'm like, no, because I'm explaining to you what condescending is because I don't think you know it because I'm condescending. And they were like, oh, okay, Mommy.
Right, Mom? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah.
It's a solid joke.
But to whom? I can't wait to tell that to Tony.
That's
is
pretty funny.
Gold.
That's pretty funny.
It's like,
And it's super dark, so the video's
It got dark outside.
gonna look crazy.
yeah.
It
All
got
right. Well, all right. So we will
That's
figure
funny.
out
I actually
what
like
we're
that
gonna do
knock
next
knock joke.
time. That's a great.
I
knock
wasn't
knock.
expecting to like that at all.
I thought it was gonna be like banana.
Yeah.
I've never heard that knock knock joke before.
Me either.
Where did you find it?
On a t-shirt.
Knockknock.com.
I think.
Not, I actually used to go to like joke websites
Yeah, of
and
course.
get jokes.
There probably is a knockknock.com.
Yeah.
I'm sure
If
there
there
is.
isn't, I am gonna
Buy that
go over
domain
there.
right
Oh,
now.
Heck yeah. So where did you hear that joke?
I think a girl told it to me in a bar trying to make me laugh.
And did it work?
Like a decade ago.
Because when you said two, I thought it was going to be like boo, and they go boo hoo, and you go don't cry.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out how two was going to become tissue. Two, I don't know. I was thinking of all kinds of things.
Yeah.
He
It worked.
blindsided me with that.
It definitely worked. I mean, it definitely
That's
worked.
funny.
Did you date her?
I did.
You did. So it worked.
It totally worked. Yeah.
Wow. Is it Cameron?
I said a decade ago.
Oh,
A decade ago.
Okay.
Entire
She's
decade.
only 2 years in.
Yeah.
He prefaced it with a decade.
Okay. I see. I don't always listen.
You gotta listen.
Sometimes I go squirrel.
See, you're just being funny. You can't be so focused on being funny.
No, I wasn't focused on being funny. I was focused on the fact that I have a really short attention span. And I was thinking about something else. I was thinking about the whole two who.
I'm still trying to
Tissue.
figure out Bird Box.
I don't need. I mean,
Here's the thing. I feel like you're spending too much of your own brain energy figuring out Bird Box.
read the book.
Well,
Maybe
I'm
you
putting
like
it out
the
there for
book.
other people to figure out for me.
You want them to tell you?
I'm not gonna read the book. I can't read books. I fall asleep. I can wake up
Even if
in the
it's a
morning.
really good book?
I can wake up in the morning, drink a pot of coffee, open a book, first page, I'm
Any
half
book?
asleep. Doesn't matter.
How did you make it?
I've
through
only
school?
been able to read one book that I'm actually wanting to read a book.
Yeah.
As opposed to school. I mean, you have to read those books, right?
Yeah, but
But
you don't have
casually.
you don't have like book narcolepsy. It's not a.
Well, if that's a thing, then yes, I probably do have that.
Well, no, because if you did, anytime you read a book, you'd have it, and I don't think it's a thing.
Well, I didn't read books for school.
Well, they make you read books for like language arts.
There's footnotes and summaries.
Oh, where you
read.
can buy like the
Yeah.
there's cliff notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So next one, we're gonna figure out what else we're gonna eat,
See?
Uh-huh.
and then we'll figure out what else we're gonna talk about.
I mean, I think we just sort of end up talking about anything. I start to overshare. Things get weird.
I show my boots. It's bizarre. Oh my god. All right. Fabulous.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm putting the cap on this popcorn.
And
Do
taking
it.
it home.
Oh, that's
that
the
is
wrong
that's hilarious. That's
All right,
not the
I'll
right
take
list.
Who's taking the one with the caramel corn? Whose popcorn is that?
I guess I am.
You're
if you're
taking
not.
that one?
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not taking it, no.
Why not?
No. All right. Enjoy, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And thank you to Hot
1,000-year-old eggs never again. Yeah, what's the name of the popcorn
Hot
place?
Hot Sugar Pop.
Hot Sugar Pop, and yeah, 1,000-year eggs. I respect people who it's their comfort food and it's somehow something they grew up with, but for me, it's a no.
Yeah, it's a definite no for me. And I'm not trying it again. Doesn't matter if it's in porridge.
I mean, I would try.
Okay.
If it was in porridge, I might try it just because then I feel like
Really?
I get the. Because then if we're eating it
That
incorrectly.
yolk is what. No, it doesn't matter though. The yolk is still like that slimy.
Oh. I think I'd still try it if somebody made it for me in porridge. Would
So
you try it if
bad.
someone put it in porridge for you?
No, did you see his face when he first tried? There's no way. I thought you were gonna lose it.
Oh my god.
I had to really focus.
He put it in his cheek like a small child.
See, and then I just decided that I needed to. I was either swallow it or vomit. Like that's
I
what it
ended
came
up
down
swallowing
to.
the egg whole.
Well, I was afraid that if I did just take it for the team and swallow it, that I was gonna throw up. So like I had to physically prepare myself.
That's how bad it is. So no
And
one's
it's
trying
good that
to
you don't have you can't get nauseous because I'm nauseous right now.
Really?
Yeah, like even with the popcorn, I'm not feeling it.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
bad.
Do you feel nauseous?
No.
He has an iron stomach. This dude ate whatever that stuff was. What is the larb?
Larb.
Traditional larb.
I can't wait to Google that. Meat salad.
Meat salad.
And I can't wait to find out what because I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna have it.
The traditional.
Nope. I'll have the non-traditional.
Yeah, have the
But
non-traditional.
I want to
Non-traditional
read
larb.
what's in it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll
That's
do
funny.
it.
All right, signing off.
All right. Bye.